Good morning. So as Father said in the beginning of Mass, my name is Eloy, and I'm a deacon candidate for, he said St. Richard's, but now it's the Catholic community of Central Racine. So it started St. Richard's, but now I'm hearing he's going to be 8 parishes later on. So I think that role has expanded before I even got ordained. But I'm glad that you're here with me today. I'm going to give you a reflection of this weekend's readings. And last time I was here, I had a group of school children here, and so I thought, I'm going to come here today, prepare for school children and young people. And I come here today, and I see such young, vibrant faces here today, so I'm really honored to see all these young people here today. All right, so this is this weekend's homily. I have some evaluations in the back of the church, and so I would be honored if you would fill one of those out for me. What's going to make me to be a good deacon is going to be our community, and your feedback is essential for me in my formation to the diaconate as I get closer and closer to ordination. So, today, this weekend, we're going to be talking about something really cool that's happening right now, and that is Lent. And it's a time when we get ready for Easter and think about how we can become better friends with Christ. This Sunday, we're going to hear something amazing from the prophet Jeremiah. And he's going to tell us that God wants to make us a special promise. And that promise is called a covenant. But this just is not any ordinary promise. It's something that's written on our hearts. Imagine that. God's love is like a hidden treasure inside of us, inside of you. No matter where you go or what you do, God's promise is written in your heart. In our psalm this week, we sing, "Create a clean heart in me, O God." That's like asking God to help us tidy up our insides, our thoughts, our feelings, so that we can be the best versions of ourselves. Just like when you clean your room. I remember on Saturday mornings as a child, every morning my mom woke up, put on some music, and it was time to clean the house, tidy everything up, clean everything up so that we can feel good about the place that we live. And that's essentially what Lent is, cleaning up our lives, so that we can be the best that we are, feeling happy and closer to God. Now, let's talk about Jesus. This week's readings, we learn that Jesus is like a superhero who shows us how to be brave, kind, even when things get tough. He teaches us that sometimes we have to let go of things, and some things that we don't need in our lives, like being angry or selfish, so we can grow and become even more awesome. We're awesome today, we'll be even more awesome as we get through Easter. When we hear a really interesting story about a grain of wheat, Jesus says that it's like a little seed. When it falls to the ground and gets buried, it could turn into something beautiful, like a flower or a fruit. He means that sometimes letting go is something that we can actually bring better. You ever heard the saying, never watch a pot of water boil? At some point, it will boil. Otherwise, when you stand there and look at it, nothing ever happens. For the last 15 years, I've been a youth minister. And in those 15 years, I've been hanging out with young folks like you. And I'm going to be 50 this year, and sometimes some people will say, "You don't look 50. I think it's because of the people that I've been hanging out for the last 15 years that have been keeping me young. You all have something special, something amazing that makes you happier, and that is being yourselves. your smiles, your kindness, your willingness to help. And I love the enthusiasm that young people bring to our church. Today, as I was coming into Mass, Father, a couple weeks ago, put me with getting altar servers for Holy Thursday. And as I was doing that, I was having a hard time finding altar servers. And I was about to get off the car, I get a message from two young ladies in my confirmation class saying, "Mr. Aloy, you told us you would have some service hours for us. Do you have any yet?" I said, "Do you want to be an altar server?" "Yes," they said. Their willingness to be there. God answered my prayer. Young people bring so much vibrance to our church. So, my challenge to you for this week, think about what seeds can you plant. Maybe it's being extra kind. Maybe doing something around school, helping out more at home. Each act of kindness is like planting a seed that will grow into something beautiful. Remember, you are super important to our church family. Your energy, the questions that young people bring to our church, and the joy that they bring to our community always makes it better. So let's get ready to make this week a super special one by helping others, talking to God, and being the best that we can be. Remember, our covenant, our promise is written on our heart. Young people love to do this. What is this? Father, come here for a second. What is this? We can make a difference together because it's written in our heart. Our heart. So have a great week.